as part of this year's anniversary celebration, we had a little reunion of some of the Opry Members Hall of Famers. It was a chance to talk and reminisce, to trade a few stories and songs, and to pass around a little love. I was privileged to be there, and I'd like to share with you some of the highlights of that reunion.
In the sky, Lord, in the sky. Earl Scruggs.
I'm inclined to take a lot of you all for granted, and I don't mean to, but I've known you so long. Some of the finest entertainers in this country are sitting right here.
One of the highlights of little Jimmy Dickens' career was in Springfield, Missouri, not too long ago.
Not too long?
No, and I had drawn a decent crowd. I had about 3,500 old folks, all senior citizens, under a big top tent.
I see.
And this gentleman came up 5 minutes to showtime and said, "I'm the man that's going to introduce you here today." I said, "Well, just introduce the band and they'll do a couple of things and they'll bring me out." He said, "No, they won't today." "I'm here to introduce you. I've been chosen to do this job, and I'll introduce you." I said, "Well, okay, any way you want to do it." And he went out on the stage before the band was even set up or plugged in or anything, and he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have some entertainment for you here today, and his name is Little Jimmy Dickerson, and they tell me that he's king of the banjo." Now, is that a build-up or not? And I went out on the stage and took me 5 minutes to get the band back to normal. And told the folks, I said, "I am Little Jimmy Dickerson, but I didn't bring my banjo."
He is one of the greatest ballad singers that ever was.
We could.
You get an E-flat. I'll sing you the prettiest ballad that's ever been written. May the bird of paradise fly up your nose. May an elephant caress you with his toes. May you walk the plank with a runner's in her hose. May the bird of paradise fly up your nose. Sing a pretty song.
There are two gentlemen sitting there. There's Earl Scruggs and Grandpa Jones. They both play banjo, but they both play banjo differently. But Grandpa is a plunker.
He is as good. That's right.
He's a thumper, and Earl Scruggs is a picker. Those are the picker and a thumper. There they are.
I never know that.
Thumper, picker.
Roy, I might say that Uncle Dave Macon, he used to tell me, said, "Ernest," he never did call me Earl. He said, "Ernest, Ernest, you pick good in the band, but you're not a darn bit funny, are you?"
He knew you.
One time he was playing, and there's a lot of people around listening, and he is just playing the fire out of that thing. And Sam McGee was standing there. And after he got done, Sam said, "Well, I believe I'll go home and build a hen's nest in mine."
You want to go to heaven? Kitty Wells.
When I wrote my first song, never ever dreaming I'd ever get to sing it. I wrote Honky Tonk Girl for Kitty Wells because she was all that was in my mind at the time. You know, Honky Tonk Angel and Make 'Em Believe and finally, yeah, Searching. Oh, that's all I would ever sing. And so finally, Doolittle told me I was going to have to get me a job. So he got me a job at this little dive, and I made about $12 a night working there, and I would sing all Kitty Wells songs. And this old drunk staggered up at the stage one night, and he said, "Let me tell you something, young lady. You ain't gonna ever get nowhere singing like Kitty Wells, 'cause there's already one."
You know, a lot of people don't know that prior to Miss Kitty Wells, there was no girl singers of international fame. Now, there was a lot of good girl singers around, but not ones that were major stars. And because of her success, there was a room for Loretta and Dolly Parton and Reba McEntire and all the rest of the girl singers.
I just fortunate.
It wasn't God who made Honky Tonk Angel, as you said in the words of your song. Too many times married men think they're still single. That has caused many a good girl to go wrong.
I came off the stage one night, and I'd just come on the Opry a couple of months, and I thought I was pretty hot. That's before I learned different. And Robert Lund was standing there, down at the old Ryman.
Yeah.
And I thought I was so hot, I'd taken one encore, and then I was listening, going to take another encore. Robert had gathered together a lot of people. And then I come back for that, you know, I come off the stage just listening, just so hot, so excited. Robert said, "Minnie, you been on yet?" That's when I knew what I was.